Another Nick No Banger.
Provincial hardware is on the line for the Sheridan Bruins and the Lambton Lions because the winner of this game will go home as the OCAA bronze medalist. Hello, I'm Natalie Stoberman. It's a bittersweet day for both squads. Last night, the Bruins lost in overtime to their rivals, the Humber Hawks, and the game after that, the Lions lost in triple overtime to the Mohawk Mountaineers. But a win today could turn around for these guys, so let's send it over to Dane and Everett for more on the matchup.
Thank you, Natalie. So first place Sheridan Bruins taking on the fourth place Lambton Lions. Those were their regular season records. Sheridan ranked third in the nation. What type of a matchup can we expect today, Everett?
Dean, I think we can have a high-octane offense between both these teams. Both these teams have run-and-gun offense and extremely well-shooting teams.
And Dylan Periana, he's been a player for the Sheridan Bruins who's really made an impact on the court throughout this weekend. What can you tell us about him?
The fourth-year guard from Brampton, Ontario, OCAA First Division All-Star. He had 34 points and played over 40 minutes in yesterday's game for the Brampton, for the Bruins, and he's been a force all year for them.
And another player that's been a force as well for the Bruins has been Brian Owusu.
Brian Owusu, yeah, the second-year Mississauga native, was named a West Division second-team All-Star. He had 15 points last night, and he had a game-high 27 points in Friday's quarterfinal win. And he also led the Bruins in regular season games with 17 points per game and 5.7 rebounds.
And now looking over at the other side of things, if we take a look at the Lambton Lions, an impact player for them, Brandon Paget. What can you tell us about Brandon?
Well, Brandon Paget, he's led by example all season, and he was the Detroit, Michigan native, led all OCAA players in scoring in the regular season, averaging 24.1 points per game. The OCAA scoring champion, first division, first team All-Star, a player that can definitely take over this game.
And someone who really made his presence known yesterday in a heartbreaking 116-115 triple overtime loss against the Mohawk Mountaineers, Sean Hill.
Sean Hill, yeah, he had a huge game last night for the Lions. He led the Lions with 34 points. He went 10 for 20 from the field, 6 for 14 from three-point range. He shot 42% from beyond the arc. Sean Hill really had a breakout game last night.
And I would expect to see a similar type of performance today. During the regular season, these two teams faced off against each other twice. Sheridan won both games 82-76 and 84-66.
Another player we see, Mike Lucier. The fifth-year player. He led the OCAA averaging 12.5 rebounds per game. He's a player that can really dominate on the boards. He had 25 points last night and went 4 for 10, 40% from three-point range. This Lambton Lions team, this team can shoot lights out, as we saw it in the thrilling triple overtime game here last night. Tack on 24 rebounds for Lucier as well in that game.
Well, we're just about set to go here. Up to the line, Mike Lucier and Solomon Jemfi. Lambton's Lions have the ball off of the tip. Back to the arc. With the ball now, number 15, Anthony Smith. There's a shot from downtown. It doesn't go. Lucier at the net, can't put it up. He's interfered with.
Early on, we see Lucier getting his first offensive rebound of the game. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Lucier towering over most of the players on the court.
Missed the first one. Lucier went a perfect 3 for 3 from the line in last night's game, so uncharacteristic miss there.
Two in a row.
Missed 2. He's an 85% free throw shooter during the regular season, so missing 2 is not something he does very often.
If the law of averages evens out, I'm sure he won't miss many more the rest of the game. Oh, Sheridan has it. There's a shot from outside the circle. It's off the rim and out. Driving to the net, Yamfi. Put up by number 15, Adam Elric.
Adam Elric, that's a player who needs to step up for the Bruins if they want to win this game.
And a huge play there by Paget. Now back the other way, the Bruins with the ball. Taking their time from the top of the arc. Down low. Turns and shoots. That's misses the rim. Now up the court. Lambton losing it in between his legs. Anthony Smith. Now it's turned over the other way. Stopping and shooting. Bruins put down a basket. 4-2 the score. Now back the other way for 3. The Lions.
Sean Hill picking up where he left off in last night's overtimes, where he was knocking down clutch threes. Another big one there early on.
Well, he's got the hot hand today. And so far this weekend, he's been a dominant force. That 3 by Sheridan's no good. Dylan Periana, the shooter.
Get a replay there, the last basket for Lambton. That 3 from Sean Hill in the corner, perfect. Anytime he has enough time to set up and get a nice open look like that, Sean Hill's gonna make those every time.
That ball going out. Inbounded here by the Lions. Communicating on the court, Anthony Smith. To Hill. Hill for 3.
Sean Hill, keep an eye on him if you're the Sheridan Bruins. He is on fire here early on.
Well, I can tell you if you're the Humber Hawks or the Mohawk Mountaineers, you're glad you're not playing him later on today. Scary shooter from outside that arc. Smith with a spinorama drops his man. Sat down Periana.
Nice spin move to get away from Periana. Here we see again that 3-point from just about the same. That was the same spot. Another 3.
That one looking almost identical. He's got his spot on the court he likes to shoot from. Owusu. Cross court. Down in the corner to Periana. Back to Owusu. Yamfi hits the rim. Lambton up the court with it again. To Hill. Hill recovering. That one looked like it might go out of bounds. Now Smith driving the net. Smith puts up his own rebound. It's no good. That one comes down and bounces out. Lions leading 11-6 with 6:28 remaining early on in this bronze medal match.
Great hustle by Smith on that last play. Didn't result in a bucket, but good speed to penetrate the key and take it right up to the basket.
To Owusu down low, that's good. Pardon me, that's not Owusu, that's Devon Cole-Rodney. Picked off by Jamfi.
Lucier tried to do a little alley-oop lob there intended for Smith, but just off on that one.
Periana fakes. Nice pass down low. Struggling to handle it though is Solomon Gyamfi. Out from the line, no good. Just nicked the rim. Owusu's three doesn't go. Lucier establishing things, setting it up court. Smith to Paget. Lucier, there's two.
Lucier, nice jumper there. Lucier, I talked about him, he's a force on the boards, but he's also can contribute offensively, as last night, Lucier chipped in with big buckets in timely times.
Paget, a big play to keep that inbounds to Hill, and they score for three.
Sean Hill can do no wrong from the three-point line early on in this game.
4 for 4 from the three-point line. Mr. Hill having himself a game. That one bouncing out, trying a three of their own. Adam Ellerich, pardon me, trying for it.
Hill again, 5 for 5 from beyond the arc. My goodness, might want to put a player on him if you're the Sheridan Bruins.
Well, he's tall and he's tough to defend, and he can put up points. And you can hear the coach, Bruins coach, yelling about the lack of coverage there, and understandably so.
We see that last three-pointer from Hill. All three of Hill's has just been in just almost the identical spot on either side of the three-point, just halfway up the arc of the three-point arc.
Hill's earned 15 of the 19 points that the Lions have on the board.
One thing early on in this game, the Sheridan Bruins offense is completely different than what we saw in yesterday's game. I talked about Periana. Everything went through Periana last night. They tried to work him off the high screen and use his speed to generate coming off the high screen. And early on, Periana has yet to have a point.
There's a three that's good by the Bruins. Putting that down was Shane Bennett. Lucier having a look. Driving to the net. It's up off the rim. Comes down out of bounds. So it is Sheridan's ball.
We see Paget there. Paget struggled in last night's game. Sure, he finished with 19 points, but he really never got in a rhythm in last night, and he was a little bit inconsistent as he went 4 from 11 from the free throw line. So anytime you have a player who during the rig, nice three there.
There's a good three by Bennett once again. He's got 2 in a row now. Look for Hill to put up another. He's up court. Picked off. Owusu up to Bennett. Bennett driving the net. Gets his own rebound, but can't get it to go the second time. There's a drop to Periana. Periana taking a look. Down low to Owusu. Shot that one just beyond the net on the 3 attempt. Now Paget up the court. Making it look easy as he danced through just about everybody.
Out of bounds call going against the Lions there on the far side, as they'll say that Laura Caston was out of bounds when he caught that ball. We see Paget. Paget, a little bit look of frustration on him there. Big block there for the Sheridan Bruins, number 12, Hibbert. Big 6'5", second-year guard. We see on the replay. Ball's going the other way. Fast break in transition.
Now Lucier tries the three, and it's good. Majority of Lambton's points coming from beyond the arc. Bruins defense will have to adjust. Owusu Owusu tries three. Off the rim, it's no good. Bruins still with the ball. Driving the net is Bennett. Bennett drops two. Huron with the ball. Lucier to Paget. Paget tries for three. Off the rim, it's picked up by Tremaine Hibbert. Up the court now, Bennett to Owusu. Nice little fake there by Jamar Parkinson. Taking a look, cutting down low. Parkinson shooting just wide again. Beyond the net, that's twice from that same spot. Different Bruins players have just missed. Now subbing in for the Bruins, number 21, Evdeep Diol. Number 31, James Garland.
We've seen Sheridan really try to work their own three-point game, but nothing really has been going down from them from beyond the arc early on. Whereas the Lions really have picked up from beyond the arc. Sean Hill, there's his first miss from beyond the arc.
5 for 6, still pretty good though. Paget shot from beyond the three is good.
It's a 10-point lead here for the Lions with under about 1:10 to go here in the first quarter.
Three. Shot was off before the whistle. It was no good.
Travel was the call. So say he took one too many steps there before he put the ball on the court.
Inbounding is Smith. Anthony Smith up to Lucier. To Hill down low. Hill drives the net and puts up two.
Great, clean, crisp ball movement up the court by the Lambton Lions. Really getting the ball down court in a hurry, always finding the open man right away.
Hill single-handedly has more than half of his team's points now. Lucier careful to recover that one. Hill with it. Cross court for Smith, up to Paget. Paget puts on the brakes and assesses the situation. Now Hill from the shooting line puts up a nice two.
Everything is going in early here in the first quarter for these Lambton Lions. 29-15 lead.
Just inside of 15 seconds left now. Parkinson over to Carlin.
Hard foul there called before the shot goes off. No shot.
Hibbert got dropped heavily inside of the arc.
Foul going against Paget. Sorry, number 12. See both players, Paget and Hibbert got tangled up there around the top of the key. Foul going against Paget. It's going to be Bruins ball underneath the Lambton basket.
Lambton now getting in defensive formation to Owusu. And the key, Carlin can't get it to go. Pardon me, that was Diol. Well, there's a long shot, attempt at a buzzer beater. It's just short.
Everything has been going in from behind the arc from Hill, but beyond the three-point arc, not beyond the half-point arc there.
Just short of doubling up the Sheridan Bruins. Lambton leading 29-15 at the end of the first quarter.
Dane, early on here in this first quarter, Lambton really has picked up where they left off in the overtime periods of last night's game. I'd like to thank one of our tournament sponsors here, Bel Air Direct Car Insurance, helping us bring you the OCAA men's basketball provincial coverage here.
And not just helping to bring you the basketball coverage, but helping you to save some money on your insurance as well. All right, so that's it for the first quarter. We'll be back after this break.
You've got your degree. Now take your education to the next level. At Humber College, our career-focused programs incorporate hands-on practical experience both in and out of the classroom, allowing you to get the experience employers are looking for.
Welcome back to the Hawks Nest for second quarter action between the Lambton Lions and the Sheridan Bruins. Things certainly didn't go the Bruins' way that first quarter, and they're not getting any help from the Lambton Lions in Sean Hill, who has just been a monster from beyond the three-point arc.
Sean Hill 4 for 5 from beyond for 3, 5 for 6. He leads all scorers in 14 points in the first quarter.
Hill inbounding to Smith. Smith carries the ball. He's calling the shots here. Drives to the net, puts up 2.
Nice move there by Anthony Smith to evade the defender and cut right to the basket.
Bennett back to Diol. Diol pausing, spinning back to Bennett. Now Parkinson. Bennett pauses, shoots. He sinks one. Inside the arc for 2.
Talked about the three-pointer. In the first quarter, this Lambton Lions team went 7 from 11 from beyond the arc, 63%. On the other side of that, the Sheridan Bruins 1 for 9, just 11%.
Oh, that's turned over. Bennett has it up court. Bennett taking a look. He finds Tremaine inside the arc to Diol. Diol in and out. That one won't stick. Now he tries it again, and just a tough time from behind that line for the Bruins today. Diol missed big twice there. Aaron to Hill. Hill, big pass back to Paget. Aaron and Lucier exchange. Lucier driving the net. Good over-under.
Nice play by Lucier. Pump fakes the defender at the top of the 3-key, then cuts hard to the basket and gets the up and under layup to go. Nice play by Lucier.
Diol a dish to Hibbert. They exchange again. Now Diol driving the net. Off the backboard, just got the angle wrong. Couldn't get that one to fall. Now Paget with the ball. Play blown down. Push off.
Substitutions coming back into the game is Periana and Elreich. And Periana, really a non-factor in that first quarter. He was such a focal point of the Bruins offense yesterday's game. Like I said, 43 shots, 34 points, really was the heart of that offense. And they just really haven't been using him early on.
Laura Caston and Vaders coming in for the Lions as well. Vaders with a touch there. He almost sank, but caught the wrong side of the rim. Put that one out. Out of bounds, it's inbounded to Periana. Periana taking a look. Bennett for 3, and it's good.
Bennett, nice 3 from Bennett. He had 7 points in the first quarter. Tack on another 3-pointer. Trim this lead down to 13.
Paget taking a look. Cutting to the net. Gets that ball up, but didn't get as much on it as he would have liked. He's going to go back to that foul line, though. Paget with a chance at 2. A commanding lead by Lambton in the early stages of this match.
Paget misses the first. One thing about Paget's game that you really notice is the explosiveness in his first 2 to 3 strides after he gets the ball. It has that great separation speed. And 0 for 2 again from the line. And so Paget really not getting into a groove. Last night from the free throw line, 4 from 11. Tonight, 0 for 2.
Early on in this, it's been a spot where the Lions have struggled from, is that free throw line. Mark Aston calling for a double. Now Paget to Hill. Hill spinning away from the defender. Tries that pass, but it's grabbed by Bruins, and now they're up court. Periana with a nice pass But it's picked off. Laura Caston has it. Just fighting with 3 guys for it.
Tough pass for Periana to make there. Tried to go the one-handed no-look pass diagonally across the key. He thought he had number 31, Carlin there, but Laura Caston able to get on that first. So another storyline in this game is that this Lambton Lions program has not medaled. Their men's basketball program has not medaled since 1992. So people think that, you know, sometimes players, it's hard to get up for a bronze medal game, but when your program school hasn't medaled since 1992, you think this Lambton Lions team definitely wants to win this bronze medal.
Well, it's a point of pride, and it would be a big win against the top-ranked team in the OCAA West and the 3rd-ranked team in the nation.
Big offensive rebound there by the Sheridan Bruins, resetting the shot clock. Foul over the back. Laura Costin, he thinks he got all ball. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. See a replay. Tough to see. It's close.
Especially at high speed. Full speed plays like that, they're always tough to completely determine. Hibbert making good from the free throw line. And the second attempt is good as well.
Hibbert goes 2 for 2. He was a 50% free throw shooter in the regular season.
Now Laura Caston taking a look. Lucier. Jet driving the net with him. Lucier spins and shoots. It's too short.
Great defense by Hibbert there on Lucier. Hibbert, no foul call.
Now Hibbert gets up court and puts down a pretty impressive basket. Almost jumped right over Paget. Now Lucier with a nice move to drive to the net.
Lucier, the hop step to get around the jump move in, and the nice finger roll layup. Again, nice move there. Cut to the basket by Bennett. We get some back and forth offense. 3, that doesn't go. Rebounded, taken by Elreg. Periana with a 3, that doesn't go. Rebounded, taken by Paget. Bring the ball up court now with the Lions. Hill going right at. Hill, hard foul going down. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You could see Hibbert was a little frustrated. He slammed that ball down. A nice move there by Lucier. Now Hill going to the line. See if he can redeem the Lions with his smooth shooting. First one is up and good. It's been an area that they've struggled with so far in this one.
Sean Hill 2 for 2. 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. He's a great free throw shooter. He went 8 from 11 last night, and on the season, he's a 73% free throw shooter. So he's one of the players that you don't want to be going to the line if you're the Bruins.
Jalen Parkinson coming in for the Bruins along with Cole Rodney. Bennett. Cole Parkinson to Cole Rodney. Rebound up in the air. Carlin can't get it to go. Tipped out of bounds. Looked like it may have gone off the fingers of Paget. No, they're going to say it was off one of the Bruins. Smith inbounds to Paget. Bruins running full court press. Quick drop to Lucier. Paget behind his back. What a move. Lucier from the 3. Hill recovers. Can't get it to drop.
Good offensive rebound there by Hill. Unable to get the putback to go, but good job grabbing that rebound.
Parkinson to Carlin. Carlin leans back against Paget. There's a
travel call.
That one is blown down.
Going to be a travel going against the Bruins, turning over possession there. 4:16 to go in the second quarter, 37-26. Lions lead in this bronze medal game.
Lucier. Smith with the ball. Lucier back at the 3. That one just an in and out. It's a tough go. Ariana and Owusu exchanging the ball. They do so again, putting Parkinson in the mix. Laura Caston up court. Taking a look, puts on the brakes. Lucier, a couple of quick exchanges. Hill to Laura Caston at the top. A jet for 3, it's too short. Owusu getting tripped up on the ball. Ariana recovering. Up the court, there's a dish down to Parkinson. Back to Owusu. Owusu for 3.
A deep 3 by Owusu. Owusu stepped up in this game for the Bruins for sure. Sean Hill, what a finger roll. Extends this lead back up to 10.
Sean Hill has had himself a tournament, emerging in the later stages of it when his team most needed him.
Here we see that high screen. That's the first time we've seen the high screen for Periana. That was their bread and butter last night for Humber. Humber really didn't have an answer for it. Alley-oop.
Luciana lost a foot on that one. Eased off at the last second. Owusu can't get that 3 to go. Again, shooting from that deep area beyond the arc.
Timeout.
Lions have called their timeout.
Nice finger roll. Cutting to the line with contact was Hill.
Also a good job of protecting that ball. 39-29, the Lions lead the Bruins right now. Shout out to the Humber Hawks for hosting this event. It's been a great weekend here at the Hawks Nest for OCAA Men's Basketball Championship weekend. Be sure to check out humberhawks.ca for more information where you can stay up to date all the time.
One thing that the Sheridan Bruins, as we see head coach of the Sheridan Bruins, Jim Flack, in this timeout, they really haven't had an answer. Their perimeter defense has really had no answer for this deep shooting team of the Lambton Lions. And so that's something that going forward, if they want to try and chip away back at this game, they're really going to have an answer for.
There's been far too many points that they've allowed, especially from outside of the 3.
That 3 ball really is the mantra of this Lambton Lions team, as last night in that overtime thriller, Lambton shot an impressive 42% from beyond the 3-point arc. Just lights out.
Sheridan has had a pretty good offensive quarter so far. They ended the first with 15. They've put up another 14 so far in this. Well, so far Lambton's only added another 10.
Lucy able to get the offensive rebound to continue the possession.
Now Hill having a look, driving to the key. Laura Gaston for 3. It's off the rim, picked up by Hill.
Gonna say a foul underneath going against Sean Hill. Pushed off, that's why he was able to get that rebound so easily.
Solomon Yamphy.
Great ball movement there by the Bruins. Didn't result in a basket, but I like what they're doing. Quick ball movement to move the ball around.
Now Hill driving to the net. Hill gets knocked on the way through.
Hill, you can see the confidence that he's exuding in this game. He's had extreme success from beyond the arc, and you can see when you're doing that, he pump fakes and gets the defender to bite, And so and then he drives to the basket and draws contact and makes good on the first.
Well, he's certainly got to be feeling good about himself based on the kind of game he's having early in this one. It's a game that you wish you could have every night. Fortunately, that's not always the case. Ariana, pardon me. There's a long three for the Bruins. It doesn't go. It's Parkinson. Jalen Parkinson with the attempt. Now Lucier,
nice putback there, able to get the basket to go. 43-29 lead here for the Lions.
Ariana. And then Owusu exchange. Now it's turned over. Up the court is Smith. Smith to Laura Caston. Can't get the layup to drop. Lucier spins and shoots. Out of bounds, it's knocked.
There's
by
the
Jalen Parkinson.
We see the hustle of Lucier there again on the offensive board, getting the rebound, gets the shot. That doesn't go, but off of the rebound off of that, Lucier's shot fumbled by the Bruins, and it's going to be Lambton possession underneath the basket. So that's just when you have a player that dominates the glass like that, you get second chance opportunities that just leads to more points.
Now be sure to check out more information for standings and teams at OCAA.ca. So wanting to settle things down as head coach Flack. He was the OUA West Coach of the Year. OCAA West Coach of the Year, pardon me.
I think what we're seeing a lot here in this game is last night, everything went through Periana. He took 43 shots. The next closest person was Owusu, who took 24 shots. And so when you have a player who takes twice as many shots as your next player, at a game here tonight when he's not really shooting at all, you need other players to step up your secondary scoring, and that's something that we're not seeing at all for the Sheridan Bruins.
It certainly doesn't appear in the early stages that their heart's in it. And I know you said that it's a big point of pride for Lambton, trying to get their first medal in 24 years.
This is a sense of pride for the Bruins. This is a Bruins team who went 7-11 in last year's regular season, missed the playoffs, and they turn it around this year to finish in first place, as well as being ranked third in the country coming into this tournament. So this is a Bruins team who they want to come away from this tournament with a medal as well.
Absolutely. A team that comes in here and plays against the Hawks always treats us to a spirited rivalry. Off the hands of Owusu and out of bounds. Owusu didn't like the call. Ill inbounding. Smith carrying up court. Paget crossing that center line. Taking a look. Quick dish to Hill. Caston driving the net. Puts that one up. Lucier tries for the rebound. It's grabbed by Sheridan.
Lucier again wreaking havoc underneath the basket. He had a hand on it and causing the out of bounds. It's going to be Hill to inbound it for the Lions underneath the basket.
Paget drives the net. Too high on the backboard. Comes down and it's picked up by Sheridan. That's it for the first half. Lions lead 43-29 at the end of 2 quarters.
I think another factor that we've seen, a reason why the Lions came out so strong in this first half, is they have a bit of a chip on their shoulder, Dane, as they got swept in the season series by this Bruins team. So they don't want to go the complete sweep of the season. They want to win a bronze medal and say, hey, Sheridan, we can beat you. We can play with you. You're one of the top teams in the country, but we can play with you.
Well, we'd like to thank Wilson as well for providing the OCAA official game ball. Wilson, more win. And certainly maybe it's exactly where you want to be as Lambton. You can kind of sneak in as an underdog and you know, there's a lot of coaches and players who don't necessarily want that position in the spotlight. If you're able to sneak in there without all the media surrounding that type of a scenario, then the ball's in your court, and sometimes it's a preferred situation.
As we get the stats of the first half, Mariana and the Bruins 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3 from three-point line. He has 0 points. A player that had 30 points last night for you, come in and have 0.
Well, that was a pretty entertaining first half, and now Natalie's standing by with Brandon Paget. Natalie?
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Brandon, 8 points for you guys. How are you able to bounce back after that thrilling overtime loss for you guys, but you know, you're playing well from it?
It was tough, you know. All the guys had a conversation after the game that we came out here to win something. So we're in the bronze medal game now. We're just trying our hardest to win.
Right, because a medal for you would mean a lot than going home without one. Now tell me, how are you guys feeling on the floor? The ball's rolling off well, you're hitting your threes, but how are you going to contain the Sheridan rebounds? Because they're out rebounding you on the offensive boards.
Yeah, Sheridan's a really big team. We just got to box out. We have to help each other on defense, and we just have to push the ball. Because at the end of the day, you know, they're just as tired as us. So if we get the rebound and push, we're going to get points easily.
And pushing is the name of the game. Are you satisfied with how the team is executing on pressuring the ball when Sheridan has it, because you've got about 13 points off of turnovers?
A little bit. You know, we could play better defense, I think. We're going to have a talk at halftime, then going to come back for the second half.
All right, thank you. We'll see you in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Natalie. Well, we'll be back after the intermission here after halftime. 43-29, Lambton leads.
We are career focused. We provide practical learning in and out of the classroom. We are chefs. We are programmers. We are community builders. We are technicians. We are entrepreneurs. We are Humber.
Welcome back to the Hawks Nest at the Humber College North Campus. I'm Dane Nickel. With me is Everett Hanmer. Lambton Lions lead the Sheridan Bruins 43-29. Not a score that I think any of us expected, mostly due in part to the Lions' success behind that three-point arc.
Yeah, that three-point success being led by Sean Hill. Sean Hill in the first half, 20 points, 6 for 8 from the field, 4 for 5 from beyond the arc, 4 for 4 from the free throw line in 20 minutes, led all players in minutes. And well, on the other side, leading the way for the Sheridan Bruins is Bennett. He's 6 for 7 for 14 points, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. But one of the big storylines coming in out of that first half is Dylan Periana. 0 points, 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. He had 34 points in last night's game, took 43 shots. Something is just off with Periana's game tonight.
Well, it clearly appears as though he's not the focal point of the Bruins offense as he was yesterday. Something, maybe it's an injury or fatigue, but certainly not the player we're accustomed to seeing in the Sheridan Blue. Smith with the ball. It's inbounded to start the second half. Now driving to the net. That one going out of bounds. Hill up to Paget. Paget. Laura Caston. Hill spinning. Putting on the brakes, cutting to the inside. Lost the ball, but Lucier picks it back up. Now Lucier, jumper, it's in.
Jumper as the shot clock was expiring. Lucier puts that nice off-balance jumper in. 16-point lead for the Lions.
Now Periana, there he is.
First bucket of the game is a three-pointer from Periana.
Big one. He's starting to make his presence known out on the court. Paget with a nifty dish to Smith. Smith to Laura Caston. Laura Caston driving the net. Great block. That was Ellerich with that initial block. That one's up. Paget takes the hop off the hoop.
That was Lucier again with the offensive rebound, continuing the second chance opportunity. Outletted it for Paget. He pulled up a three, but that didn't go.
And now there's a three that's good by Owusu.
Back-to-back threes here for the Bruins, and now a turnover, a steal.
They could be climbing their way back into this one yet. That three just short, hitting the rim. Smith up court. To Paget, Paget. To Hill, Hill, 4-3.
Hill from his favorite spot beyond the arc continues his success from three.
Sean Hill, who looks like Jay Onright with a beard, killing it out on the court today. That one rolling around the rim, it does drop.
Nice move by Elreich to drive to the basket and gets the finger roll to go.
Now the lead is point differential of 11. Hill again.
Hill again. My goodness. Sean Hill.
Owusu. It's a three-point battle between these two.
Owusu and Hill really feeling it early on in the second half from behind the arc. 2 for 2, both of them.
Paget got slowed down on his way through.
See the replay here. Paget sees Hill wide open from beyond the arc again. I talked about that perimeter, and a nice three there by Paget.
Well, Paget, you heard him at the interview heading into halftime. He said they came out to win something today, and they're certainly playing that way. You know, some people say it's worse to lose the bronze medal game than it is the gold medal game. The gold medal game stings for a while. Paget couldn't get that one to go from a sharp angle. Losing a gold medal game stings for a long time, but eventually You have to realize at least I've got a silver. You lose a bronze, you got nothing to brag about.
Absolutely. On that last play there, nice bounce pass in transition by Hill to see Paquette, and Paget puts the off-balance layup. It didn't go, but he draws contact on it and goes to the line to shoot two.
First one is good. And the second after it takes a hop.
2 for 2 on that. Improves overall in the night. 2 for 4 from the free throw line.
Wusu is blocked on the way through.
Foul going against Anthony Smith of the Lions.
Wusu, nice
fadeaway jumper by Owusu. Bruins need to get a stop here. They're playing well, getting the buckets to go, but there's a stop there. Nice feed by Owusu to see Elright cutting baseline. Gets the layup to go. It's a 14-point lead.
Now trying. Got sat down there was Smith. Smith going to the line.
See the replay here. Owusu cutting, sees Elright going baseline. Nice feed there. Elright gets it in for the easy layup.
Smith's first shot off the rim.
Anthony Smith, 69% free throw shooter on the season. Misses that one.
And then picking up the rebound, though. They've still got possession. Turned over. Owusu up to Elright. Elright spinning. That one off the back of the rim and out. Now up to Smith. Smith almost gets some help from Paget. Just grabbed a little too much of that rim and maybe hurt his hand.
Paget shaking his hand as he goes back down the court.
He just received that pass with that same hand, so he appears to be okay.
Big block there, but there's going to say a foul going against the Bruins. Cole Rodney, he's much to his display, as well as the head coach Flack, not liking any of it. And we see here Paget hunched over in some pain, staring at that right wrist, I believe. Right hand that paired to injured when he went up to tried to get the dunk, the putback dunk, but didn't get it, but his hand slacked to the rim.
The shooting doesn't appear to be affected by it. He might be in some discomfort, but he's still able to play his game.
For sure wincing as the official checking in, making see that he's okay.
Makes good on two.
And he after that he is subbed out. Looking down at that right wrist as the medical staff will come in. And
Lambton's only got 4 players on the court. They're trying to figure out who it is. Now coming in number 11, Frank Benna. Frank Benna of Paris, France. Coming into this game for the Lambton Lions now. Ariana to Owusu. Driving to the net is Elright. Elright drops 2.
Elright's feeling it, having a great second half early on as they try and chip away at this lead. Now it's 58-46 lead here for the Lions.
Hill driving, just doesn't angle the layup properly. Now up court is Bennett. Bennett gets by Lucier. Bennett got dropped. Foul going against the Lions.
So Bennett's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Coming right back into this game, only out of the game for a brief moment, is Paget. Had the training staff have a look at the wrist, says, hey, I'm okay, I want to get back in this game, the bronze medal game, last game of the year.
All systems go as Paget. All systems go as Bennett, as he's shooting, missed that first one.
Bennett
that one good.
Stays true to his 50% free throw percentage on the season, going 1 for 2 there.
Aaron back to Lucier. Lucier for 3.
Lucier wide open from beyond the arc. We saw that so many time and time again last night. When he's wide open from beyond the arc, Lucier is going to drain that every dime.
Owusu back to Periana. Periana off the rim. Periana trying a 3 of his own there. Speaking of 3s, Mr. Hill has the ball. Sean Hill up to Paget. Paget to Lara Carson off the rim. Bennett up to Owusu. Owusu posts up and drops a 2.
Nice job by Owusu to just get the mid-range jumper. If you're the Bruins, you need points, consistent points, and you need to start getting a stop. You need to go on a bit of a run here.
Now Paget off the rim. Picked up by Heron. Laura Carson to Heron. Heron lost the ball right to Owusu. Owusu up to Bennett. Bennett gets around Paget.
Nice finger roll layup there to pull the ball around Paget, and this leads now down to 10.
Laura Carson had that ball knocked out of his hands.
Checking back into the game for the Lions, Anthony Smith. Coming out of the game is going to be Jason Heron.
Hill inbounding back to Lucier for a 3.
Lucier on fire from beyond the arc here.
Ariana. Elreich exchange. Owusu. Bennett. Taking a look. Jump shot off the rim. Smith settling things down for the Lions. Up to Hill. Hill driving the net. He gets it to go.
Hill, the big power forward, going to the basket with speed and strength time and time again. He can do it. He can obviously hit the 3 ball, but he also has the speed and athleticism to make great plays underneath the basket.
And the referee is taking Lucier out of this game as he's got a bloody spot on his arm. Appears to have been cut by something.
So the head coach calls timeout. Going to see if they can't get that tended to during the timeout to avoid having to take him out of the game, as Lucier has been playing extremely well. Head coach James Grant, 8th year with the Lambton Lions program.
An interesting decision by the coach, but appears to be the right one under pressure.
We see one of Lucier's 3s as he's been on fire from beyond the arc, shooting 40% in last night's game from beyond the arc, and is extended.
Make sure to follow the Humber Hawks on Twitter at Humber Hawks, where you can find all of your Humber Hawk up-to-date sports information. Yesterday they were tweeting about the gold medals won by our badminton teams and women's basketball teams. Credit given where it's due, women's basketball, they just finished an incredible season themselves, finishing 21-0.
Winning quite handily in the gold medal game as well. Some of the gold medal winning Humber Hawks women's team are in attendance here today and have to think that they'll be out in droves later on, 5 o'clock, for our gold medal game between the Mohawk Mountaineers and the host, Humber Hawks. A rematch of last year's gold medal game,
in which the Mohawk Mountaineers won. Humber did defeat Mohawk earlier this year, handed them their first loss of the season.
Mariana misses a three.
Carson picks it up, drives the net, gets the layup to drop.
Nice play by Carson going right at Periana and gets the runner to go.
Bennett out front to Hibbert. Hibbert, a nice play. In tight, got himself some space and got that ball up. Jet to Lucier, who has been tended to. He got that arm wrapped quickly and resumes play. Ariana. So Bennett thought about shooting a three and turned it right over to Hill. Hill up to Laura Carson. Carson, great.
Laura Carson back-to-back layups here.
Wusu just missing the block. He almost had it. Carson able to bring that ball around and protect it.
This lead now at 17.
Off the rim and out.
Going hard into the end wall there. Good to see he's okay. That's Hibbert, as there was no padding on that section of the wall.
Inbounded by Hill. The Jet has the ball. Jet to Hill. Hill hits the rim. There's one of his very few missed threes on the day. Wusu to Periana. Periana for three.
Periana, he's going to need to heat up if these Bruins want to get back into this game.
Lucier. Inside of 5 seconds left on the shot clock now, put up by Smith. Now carried up court by Owusu. And a big block by Lucier.
Big block by Lucier, my goodness.
The Jet creating some room, and Lucier getting that pass.
See Laura Carson, that was the rush where he went right at Periana and draws some contact, no foul though. We see again, he's had back-to-back buckets there on the last layup.
Lucier back to the foul line. He missed 2 shots there early on in the first quarter. Didn't miss that one.
As Lucier, he doesn't miss much from the free throw line at all. Makes good 2 for 2. He's an 85% free throw shooter on the season. The best free throw shooter on this Lions offense.
Inside of 10 seconds left in this quarter now. Trying for the 3, Elreich off the rim. Now Paget, long ball off the backboard. Close, but no cigar.
His
wrist of the third.
His wrist appears to be okay. He can heave that 3-quarter shot and get it all the way to the rim.
It's an absolute shot put effort there. Lions lead the Bruins 72-56.
Opened up quite a margin here the last 4 or 5 minutes there of that third quarter.
Rather large point differential. Definitely not the type of play we're accustomed to seeing from the Bruins. And we have to give thanks to our sponsor, Ontario, and the OCAA, the Ontario Colleges Athletic Association, for allowing us to even have this event today. Without the OCAA, there would be no Humber Hawks college basketball, there'd be no Sheridan Bruins, there'd be no Lambton Lions. So thank you to the OCAA. Well, that's it for the third quarter. We'll be back after this short break.
You've got your degree. Now take your education to the next level. At Humber College, our career-focused programs incorporate hands-on practical experience both in and out of the classroom, allowing you to get the experience employers are looking for.
Welcome back to the Hawks Nest for fourth quarter action between the Lions and the Bruins.
At the end of 3 quarters, all this Lions team has done is continued to heat up, as at the end of the half, they're shooting 43% from beyond the arc. At the end of the third quarter, shooting an amazing 50% from three-point range. Tough to defend that.
The shot by Owusu doesn't go. Now turned over. Laura Carson finds it. Laura Carson up to Lucier. Lucier. Dish to Smith. Smith, there's a big block by Periana.
We see Sean Hill inbounding. Sean Hill is 9 for 12 from the field, shooting 75% from the field and 6 for 7 from beyond the arc, shooting 85% from 3. Having himself a ball game here in the bronze medal game.
Ellerreich and Periana exchange. Down low to Hibbert. Hibbert get the shot to drop. We'll have 2 opportunities to try it here, though, as he goes to the free throw line. Coming in now is Jamar Parkinson for the Bruins. Out comes number 15, Adam Ellerreich. First shot by Hibbert is good. But not the second.
Hibbert now goes to 3 for 4 from the free throw line. 6 points in the first 3 quarters.
And Paget hurling that ball as we see some big fans of the Lions in attendance there, painted in blue and white and green. Sheridan with the ball now. Owusu, that one in and out. Rebound is taken away by Hibbert too. Taken away from Hibbert. Hibbert back to the three-point line, or to the free throw line. He's got an opportunity at 2 here. Makes good on the first attempt.
The big difference in this game has been the 3-point, the differential on the shooting from behind the arc, as they're both, after 3 quarters, both the Lions shooting 41% from the field, as well as the Sheridan Bruins shooting 39% from the field. So even there, but 50% from beyond the arc to just 25% from beyond the arc for the Bruins.
And Hill again.
Hill, 31 points on the night.
That one put up by Hibbert. Lions still lead by 17, a commanding lead. Carson and Hill exchange. And they do so again. Smith for 3.
Everything is just going in so seamlessly from beyond the arc for these Lions. Smith gets in on the 3 ball.
Bennett back to Owusu. Owusu's going to try a 3, and that's good.
Owusu improves to 4 for 9. He's had had success from behind the arc.
Now Smith driving the net. Nice pass down low to Paget. Paget drops that.
That's one thing that when you're shooting extremely well from beyond the arc, that just opens up your game down low as they start overplaying you up top, and it opens up lanes underneath the basket.
Now Bennett tries a 3. Ball goes out of bounds, and coming in now, number 11, Omar Abbas.
You see the last basket there by Paget underneath.
Smith with the ball. Carson. Smith up court, collides with Parkinson. Smith, dish to Lucier. To Hill. Hill driving the net up in the air. Laura Carson, 3.
This is something to watch here. These Lambton Lions shooting lights out. Carson, he was extremely well in last night's game, going 4 for 6 from beyond the arc. A lot of those threes coming in the overtime.
Parkinson trying a 3. Doesn't quite get there. It bounced off the rim a couple times. And now Abbas, his first shot of the game. A try at a 3. So how many chances did the Lions just have for, or not the Lions, the Bruins just have for 3s there? Carson tries a layup, doesn't go. Abbas up court. Drop to Owusu. Owusu, there's a layup.
This lead now at 20 for the Lions.
Lucier to Carson. And they exchange again. Now to Hill. Hill to Lucier. Lucier. He's got 6 seconds on the shot clock. Spinning to the inside. He's stripped of the ball. Up in the air. Good on the 2. Coming in is number 31, James Carling. As the Lions call a timeout here. 85-67 they lead. 18-point difference.
You can really see the sense of urgency. It seemed the last 4 or 5 times down the court.
And be sure to follow at the OCAA for all your Twitter updates regarding all OCAA sports, both men's and women's. There's information on there about all the member clubs and varsity athletics.
One thing that, as the time starts to tick away here, Sheridan Bruins you've seen the last possession there, really thought they were trying to force the 3 ball to try and, they're down by now 18 points, so they really have to chip away at this game, and they're trying to force the 3. I think if the 3 ball hasn't been something that's been working for them all game at all, but what has been working is when they work the ball down low and their mid-range jumpers. So if you keep sticking to what's been working, I think that's a more efficient way to try and chip away and get back into this game.
Well, when you're down in a tough place, you try for the heroics more than what appears to be more logical. So we'll see how this one ends up. There's a long pass up to Hill. Perhaps some inexperience on the Bruins court. They had to yell for some of the players to drop back and cover. Left a lot of the Lions wide open up court. And there's a nice dish by Smith. Smith gets that one to drop.
Smith, nice spin move in the lane and then gets the off-balanced floater to go.
Abbas tries a 3. Collected off the backboard by Paget. Fast pass to Hill. Half wasn't expecting it. Now Hill cutting to the net. Just too much off the backboard. Now Bennett puts on the brakes. Taking a look. Parkinson to the other Parkinson. To Abbas. Up in the air, it's off the rim. Lucier to Paget. Paget taking a look to Smith. Smith, calm, cool, and collected. Lucier and Hill. Some of the audience screaming for Hill to try a 3. Why not? Paget tries it instead. It doesn't go.
Hill gets called for the foul underneath the push. Lead still at 20 for the Lions here in this bronze medal game. Everett Hamner alongside Dane Nickel and Natalie Stoberman, our sideline reporter for this evening's game.
Parkinson The two of Parkinson's exchange the ball. And the three by Jamar is no good. Now Jalen Parkinson posts up and takes a shot. That one's good. Back to within an 18-point difference. Smith to Hill. Unbelievable.
Hill is putting on some kind of clinic. He should be charging for these lessons that he's giving the fans in attendance here tonight.
Just an absolute amazing athletic display by Hill. And finally, Abbas gets a three to drop. 90-72. Laura Carson. Smith. Smith driving. Lucier drops it. Parkinson. They exchange again. Jalen Parkinson gets a two. Just like you said, Everett, the mid-range jumper appears to be working. Lucier. Laura Carson for Hill. Three.
My goodness, Hill is in some kind of groove here tonight. Another three ball.
Now Parkinson. Jamar Parkinson to Bennett. Bennett down low. It's picked up. Lucier up to Smith. Smith to Paget. Paget settling things down. He's got 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hill for three. No way.
Hill. Sean Hill, and one thing about his release, it's so effortless. It's so fluent, and he is just putting on some type of show here tonight that we haven't seen here all weekend.
Saw the reaction from the Lions bench. That pretty much says everything. Sean Hill with 40 points this game. Abbas's three, no good. Carson puts that one up.
An update. Sean Hill is closing in on an OCAA record. He has 10 three-pointers. The OCAA record for three-pointers in a game is 14. So with 126 to go here, within, as we're gonna see a little bit of some of Hill's.
So Hill, just a monster from outside of the arc today.
That record was set back in 2012, 2013. And we've seen the groove that Hill's been in. Doesn't matter where on the floor, even some of his threes have been extremely deep. Defenders right on him. Doesn't seem to matter. It's been just going in.
Yeah, he's got that phenomenon hot hand that you always hear so much about. It's now a 26-point lead. The Lions putting up threes like nobody's business today.
Hill's been dominating on all aspects of the court. As sure, he's been 10 three-pointers, but he's also made some great plays and great drives right at the basket.
Certainly a well-rounded player, to say the least. Nice pass down low. Parkinson. Jalen Parkinson, that is. To Bennett. Bennett gets knocked away by Lucier. Up to Paget. Paget tries to run that ball down. Collides into the wall.
Even the speedy Paget couldn't run that run down, just a little bit too far out of his reach.
Abbas. Parkinson, they exchange again. Now Abbas. Driving to the net. Bennett turns and shoots. Off the rim and out. Or Carson. to Paget. To Hill. Every time he's got the ball, the people are on their feet now. To Bennett. Bennett with a big jam.
One of the lone highlights in the second half here for the Bruins. A nice jam there. Put back by Paget. By Bennett, sorry.
Lucier to inbound this ball. There's another look at it there. A lone highlight in what's been otherwise a disappointing day for the Bruins. Inside of 30 seconds left in this one now. Looks like the Lions, everything's over but the official declaration that it'll be their first medal in 24 years. Jumper, buzzer beater, no good there. And they're on their feet here at the Hawks Nest. That'll do it. The Lambton Lions, OCAA bronze winners, 100-78, the final score. They've won bronze, thanks in part to the strong play of Sean Hill.
And these Lions team really picked up where they left off last night in that triple overtime win, which they led the way to this. They got here to this final off the 3-ball, and they picked up where they left off today, as from right from the opening tip-off, they were feeling it from beyond the arc. And also what they did was, Dane, they really shut down this Sheridan Bruins offense, which coming in tonight, they lived and died by Periana. They all throughout the semifinals against Humber, they just, time and time again, they fed Periana, tried to set him up over the high screen. They really didn't do that at all today, which proved to be costly.
You're right, Periana was virtually a non-factor in today's game.
And so the final stat line for Sean Hill, might want to take this box score and put it in a frame, put it up on his wall. Sean Hill, 40 points, 13 of 17 from the field, 10 from 11 from three-point range, as well as 4 for 4 from the free throw line in 40 minutes. Played all 40 minutes of this game.
An impressive outing from Mr. Hill, to say the least.
Leading the way for the Bruins tonight was Owusu. He went with 18 points, 7 of 17 from the field, 4 of 11 from beyond the arc. We have the player of the game presentations here.
From the Sheridan Bruins, number 33, Brian Owusu.
Brian Owusu, player of the game for the Sheridan Bruins. As you were mentioning just moments ago, Everett, led the Bruins on the stat sheet.
Led the Bruins 18 points right in along when he led the Bruins in the regular season, averaging 17.5 points per game, 5.7 rebounds to a game. Extremely successful season. He was named a West Division second team All-Star, and no surprise here for the Lambton Lions.
Sean Hill, player of the game, and like you said, no surprise, 40 points. That's almost half of his entire team's.
Half of his entire team's coming into the regular season. Sean Hill averaged 14.5 points per game in the regular season.
Quite a performance from that gentleman today. And Lucier getting player of the game honors as well. And number 5, Sean Hill. Sean Hill, some double honors today. Looks like he's won himself a pair of socks with the prize.
You can never have enough socks, Steve.
You never can.
And there's nothing better than putting on a brand new fresh pair of socks.
Well, I don't think Mr. Hill is going to want to put on a fresh pair of socks after today. Those appear to be his lucky ones.
Lucier, extremely successful, 23 points on the night, 9 for 15, 3 for 5 from beyond the arc, as well as 16 rebounds.
Number 3, Jason Marshall.
Double-double for Lucier.
Upsetting the number 3 ranked team in the nation. And the first place OUA West OCAA West team, the Sheridan Bruins. They lose to the 4th place Lambton Lions, who really got up to play today.
Number 11, Frank Pinay.
You'd have to think this is absolutely a disappointing end to the season for Jim Flack and this Sheridan Bruins team. Like I say, they finished the season on an 8-game winning streak, 3rd in the country, only losses all season coming against Mohawk, Redeemer, and Humber. And coming into this tournament, you have to think the Bruins were one of the favorites. And they just, last night's game, tight semifinal game against the Hawks, that could have gone either way. It went into overtime. But they just really came out flat here in tonight's game against the Bruins, against the Lions.
Just couldn't get it done out on the court. I wonder if maybe they were a little disheartened after that overtime loss yesterday, and you want to say that maybe fatigue was a factor, but they're up against a team that lost in a 3rd overtime. We played until as late as 11 o'clock last night. So that certainly can't be an excuse.
But this Lambton Lions team is no slouch, as there we see Lucier. He was the defensive player of the year for the OCAA. So this is a Lambton Lions team, Dane, that they have the defensive player of the year on their team, as well as the offensive scoring champion of the league in Paget on their team. So this is a well-balanced team.
A well-balanced team that I think slipped under a lot of people's radars, and that's maybe exactly where they wanted to be.
Now we see the coaching staff being honored, very deserving. Hard work that they've put in, all the hours, not just on the court, but what you have to think is when you're playing collegiate ball, these coaching staff also does recruiting. And this is just a testament to all the hours and the recruiting trips of meeting with players to try and, sell them on why those players should choose Lambton for not only their basketball future, but their academic future.
Absolutely. Lambton College doing some wonderful things over there. It's obviously drawn some pretty skilled basketball players to their academic programs.
But not a total loss of the season for the Sheridan Bruins. This is a big turnaround season for the Sheridan Bruins. This was a team that went 7-11 in last year's regular season, missed the playoffs, and now Jim Flack turned this program completely around this year, had them finish in 1st place, 3rd in the country. So a successful season for sure.
Well, I think it's exactly this one will sting for a couple days, but you regroup in a few days time from now and you have a team meeting and say, look guys, we finished 4th this year, which compared to years previous, it's a much better showing than what we've done.
As the Lambton Lions support their friends and family and fans that are in attendance here, definitely feed off the energy.
Not the most sizable crowd, but for the next game, you can certainly bet that this place is going to be packed. Hometown Hawks in the final against the Mohawk Mountaineers.
Hawks Nest is going to be buzzing for this one. As we see the Sean Hill and Lucier getting honored with their all-star plaques. Extremely successful season. This Lucier, he's a 5th-year player. Extremely successful season in their last year as a Lambton Lion.
Well, it hurts when it all comes to an end, but to be able to end with at least getting a bronze medal, that's that's nothing to shake a stick at. That's a pretty proud accomplishment. Let's see, Natalie Stoverman attempting to chase down Hill for an interview.
So we want to remind you to for sure tune in 5 o'clock for this OCAA men's basketball gold medal game. This is a rematch of last year's gold medal final, which was in Mohawk.
And we do have to thank the broadcast television program here at the Humber College. VRTV helps us to put on these productions. Without them, there would be no no games for you to watch. So thank you to all involved with BRTV and Radio Humber. Overall, an exciting weekend that's almost at an end. Just one game left until this tournament's conclusion, and that's, of course, the big one. The stand's starting to clear out, but we'll fill up just as quickly. Natalie's courtside with the All-Star, Sean Hill.
You got it. Tournament All-Star. You're this close. You're 4 shots away from breaking the all-time record in a game for three-pointers. You hit 10, the record's 14. How did you feel about your shooting today?
It felt really good. When I was warming up, I really felt the rhythm. I was getting a really good rhythm really early, and the coaches just told me to fire away when I was out there, and that's exactly what I did.
But let's talk about this rivalry so far. You played Sheridan twice this year. They outscored you in both of their wins, 166 to 142. How did it feel to throw it back in their face?
Not really throwing it back in their face, but it was a good win. You know, like, we've been battling with these guys. I've been battling with them for 4 years now, and, you know, they're always just a really strong team, and losing to them in the regular season and getting a heartbreak loss last night, you know, we really wanted to win this game. We really wanted to push ourselves, and it was a good win.
Talking about heartbreak, you guys came back with a medal, your first one for the school in 24 years. That bus ride going to be better than what it could have been?
Yeah, 100%. You know, we would have liked gold or silver, but, you know, bronze is good enough for our school. You know, we're really excited. We're really proud of ourselves, and, you know, we had a great fan base behind us and great bench, great everything. You know, I'm really proud of ourselves.
Yeah, your fans were the best. They had no shirts and just paint on. It was great to watch. Congratulations. Have a safe trip back home, and congrats on the bronze.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for the bronze medal game of the OCAA Men's Provincial Basketball Championships. BRTV put on a good show along with Dane and Everett. I'm signing off. I'm Natalie Stoberman, and we'll see you next game.